Welcome into the Bro Force Squad podcast. We're coming at you live from Hammond, Indiana to give you another world-famous movie commentary on A Christmas Story. Now, we have our movies paused at roughly the 10-second mark. The lion that roars just went away. While you guys get sunk up with us, we're going to go around the Christmas tree and meet the bros. First, to my left, we have the mayor himself, Jeff Hornacek. Now, Horns, I remember one year you got a very similar leg lamp. Who got that for you and why? You seemed kind of angry when you got it.
Well, we did it in Secret Santa, the person had never revealed themselves to me, so I don't know. The reason I was a little upset was it was clearly infected with asbestos and killed 3 of my cats. A little fucked up, but at the same time, it's gamesmanship.
All right. And to his left, we have our enforcer in the pate, Matthew F. Geiger. Now, Geiger, I remember hearing a story at a Christmas party one time that you also got your tongue stuck to a pole. Can you explain the circumstances as which that happened?
I mean, it was college. It was a time for experimentation, and I don't want to get into it, Banner. First off, it looked like a woman. You were there. You met her. I mean, she looked like a hot woman.
She was nice.
I was too drunk to see the Adam's apple, and I got myself into a predicament that I really don't want to bring up again. But I want to wish everyone out there a Merry Christmas. And if you don't like me saying that, then that's too bad.
All right.
Then you'll probably be offended by something in the next
Yeah. You're probably going to click off anyway, so...
All right. So, again, we have our movies paused at roughly the 10-second mark. We are going to hit play in 3, 2, 1. Ho, ho, ho.
So, Banner, before we really get into this, do you think this is the greatest Christmas movie ever? Because it's hard because this holds a special deal to my... I love this fucking movie. But Christmas
Greatest
Vacation...
ever? I don't know. This is like... It's like a top 5. Banner. It's a top 5, but it's probably 5 on that list.
Top 2, probably.
It is not.
I'm a dissenter on the pod. I'm not a huge fan of this movie. In fact, sometimes when I watch it, I wish I had a BB gun to shoot my own eye out.
This is... probably the greatest Christmas movie ever, besides maybe Christmas Vacation. That's the only one you can put
Banner,
up.
I still don't know. Are you ironically a fan of Christmas with the Cranks, or do you actually like it?
I actually like it.
Okay. I can never tell.
I actually like it. It's one of those movies that like you have to watch every year. Not that it's a good movie. I also that one with Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I'll be home
for Christmas.
Yep.
First off, Haddonfield, Indiana looks cold as fuck.
Well, probably.
We're sitting in the comfort of my living room. I'm freezing my dick off just looking at this. Second off, I think this is interesting because aside from like It's a Wonderful Life, which is almost like a contemporary as far as setting when it was filmed, this is obviously a 1983 movie, so the decision to set it in the 40s was kind of interesting.
It is very interesting. I just think that, I don't know, with the 80s so technical and stuff, it just reminds everyone of a simpler time, just like this right here. I mean, if you're part of a small town, grew up in a small town, or ever been to a small town, the square used to be where it's at. Yeah. People used to walk around. That's where Santa was. You get your Christmas shopping done.
There.
Yeah, the tree is there. That's not really so much because small towns are dying and big cities don't really have a secluded area where there's carolers and Santa and every. Well, fuck, let's be honest. You're in your fucking underwear shopping on Amazon. That's kind of what you're doing now.
One hand in your pants, the other clicking Amazon Prime. I do love the font here. This
it's classic.
Like a Christmas.
It reminds me of a Muppets Christmas Carol. Check out that commentary.
Bingo. That's called cross promotion.
And comment below, but I would like to see if anyone would actually fight me on this. But this is the definition of a cult classic. This is probably, if you say something cult classic, this movie is it. Because in 1983, this bombed at theaters. No one saw it. No one really gave a shit. No one really knew what it was about. Why am I going to go see a Christmas movie in the 40s when it's the 80s and everything's so futuristic? And then it came on HBO. People started gaining traction. Watched it, thought it was funny, reminded them of a simpler time, and then in 1997, TNT decided, you know what, we're going to air this for 24 fucking hours from Christmas Eve to Christmas Day, which I think is one of the smartest marketing things ever done.
Banner, did you see the name of the novel this is based off of?
No.
It's called In God We Trust, All Others Must Pay Cash.
I'll read that book. That sounds awesome. I kind of wish that they left it as that was the title.
Who hasn't it's on a glass? Dude, I want that fucking tank.
Geiger, the only other movie I think that would rival this as far as cult classic is Rocky Picture Horror Film.
Rocky Horror
Personally, yeah.
Apparently not, because you didn't even get the name right. But okay, go ahead.
I don't personally like it, but it has a huge cult following.
I can't even sit through it.
Yeah. I don't understand that movie. And I'm a rock and roll fan, but I don't understand that movie as much as some people like it.
Dude, why don't train sets come back? Oh, well, yeah, they take fucking forever to build, and they're $9,000.
Red Rider.
They never really work.
So I always remembered my favorite Christmas gift, and when I ask other people this, it's not anything like I don't know how to say this big. Like it was big, but I loved I had a spring horse when I was 3 years old, and then I got cap guns.
Chicks.
So I just rode I was riding into town, kind of like Westworld, just killing people and raping women. That's what a 3-year-old dreams of, right? On Christmas Day.
Guess we all have our own journey.
But what was your guys's? I mean, was it like a Sega? Was there one that when you walked in Christmas morning, you're like, oh shit, this is going down now?
Trying to think.
I remember when I was 5, I got the Power Rangers Power Cycle, which is basically just a bike that they slapped a bunch of Power Rangers stickers on. I fucking freaked out at that, though, because it had like this little thing you put on the front of it that looked like a shield.
Yeah, that's
bitch.
Because obviously me riding my bike, I'm going to have a lot of lasers being shot at me in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Yeah, naturally. I don't know if I remember like a specific Christmas gift, but I remember getting a birthday gift. It was my 7th birthday, and my birthday's in November, so kind of close to Christmas, and it was my dad's best friend. He came over and he sat me down in the living room, and he hands me a BB gun, and he goes, okay, I'm going to give you this, but if you shoot the dog, your dad, or anybody else, I'm whooping your ass with it. And then he walked away. I was 7 years old.
But now the only thing you want to fucking shoot are those things.
Well, yeah, obviously. No, that's not true. I never wanted to shoot my dog.
That
was like my hunting buddy.
Utility infielders.
So he's talking about the Sox. They're big White Sox fans, big Bears fans. Growing up in Indiana, there ain't fucking shit there. And it's not, I guess, Indiana basketball and doing too well in December. So going back a little bit, did you see their double beds?
No.
Like back in the day, like there wasn't one, like a husband and wife, like they saw two. Can we bring that back? Because I like to sleep my bed by myself.
Yeah, I'd like to have all the covers.
Call me old fashioned.
Be kind of sick.
It's a work trip for me when I go in there. Why does bacon and eggs always look so good in movies?
Because it is fucking
good.
Name one time bacon and eggs didn't live up to your expectations.
It's true.
It's not like life.
Are you guys crispy bacon or like floppy bacon?
I can do it either way, but I like a little juicy.
You could talk me into either, yeah.
I like a little more juicy and fatty.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm not a big fan of the super crispy crunch.
Is the 40s old enough to where the fridge was still called the ice box?
I think so.
Sure.
I don't think the ice box technically changed to like the mid 50s.
Dude, lobster's crawling out my ass. I will say this, his dad is like one of the great movie dads.
Okay, so bringing up Jeff's fun facts, which I'm going to say because I have them on my phone, but Jeff has some too. The person they approached this role to first of Peter Billingsley's father was none other than Jack Nicholson. They really wanted him to play in this role, but Jack looked at the script, looked at the money behind it. It's like, this isn't a role for me. I do big picture deals. I do big movies, which actually all the movies that Jack Nicholson has done, maybe even combined, wouldn't have made the royalties that this movie fucking did. It plays for 24 hours on 2 days of the year, and then it plays for an entire month, probably. I don't know how many times it play during a day with all the TV stations we have right now.
Yeah. Does what is it? Was it TNT or TBS? Did you say that plays it?
TNT. Well, TNT started in '97. Now TBS does it. 24 hours.
Another fun fact here, according to IMDb, this inspired the creation of the Wonder Years.
Oh, nice.
Which is obviously set in the 80s. I guess this just kind of showed, even though it had a
60s.
The Wonder Years is?
Wonder Years, yeah. Because
is he narrating in the 80s then?
Maybe, but his sister goes and joins hippies and everything. It's in the 60s. Wonder Years.
Well, I know there's a component of it in the 80s, but I know obviously he's narrating the whole movie, so maybe that's what it is. Peter Billingsley, obviously, who plays Ralphie, huge friend of Vince Vaughn and those guys. He directed the breakup. He was in the breakup.
He's executive producer on the first Iron Man too, I read.
Yep, he was in Iron Man. He's in Spider-Man: Far From Home.
He's in Elf.
He directed Elf.
Yep. And he's in it too. He's one of the elves.
Or no, Favreau directed Elf. Who does he play in Elf? Oh, he's one of the guys at the North Pole, right? Okay, is that oatmeal or porridge? Either way.
Either way, that was disgusting.
Why does the little kid get oatmeal and the fucking Ralphie gets eggs and like that's?
Well, he's on a diet.
Okay, gotcha.
Fat fuck.
Trying to make weight.
Ralphie, I'm surprised that's not like a more popular Halloween costume.
Okay, this is my favorite part of this movie and why.
Why he needs the BB gun. This could happen.
Well, just remember us whenever you would get your bike and you'd basically be like, I'm gonna ride this down, and a bunch of fucking those clay people from the Power Rangers, are gonna fight me and stuff. We just have vision. I'd be dreaming about this all the time. I still do think about this whenever my wife's talking to me about something really serious.
What's that meme where it's like the girl and the guy lying in bed and she's like, I bet he's thinking about other women, and it's him like, if Native Americans came and attacked us right now, how would I fight them?
Yeah.
But this just captures the imagination of kids to a T, man. Like, this is the type of shit I used to think about all the time.
So another one of Jeff's fun facts that Geiger looked up is, so these scenes were fan favorites, and this is probably the most iconic one of him actually shooting the bad guys. There was one cut out, and it was Ralphie with Flash Gordon fighting aliens.
Holy shit.
What? No
How did that
way.
not make the movie?
I know.
Man?
I guess they finally thought, it's like, why the fuck would Flash Gordon be in a movie in the 40s, even though it's taking place in the 80s?
Don't you love when villains and robbers dress the part? Like, okay, we know you're robbers because you're dressed like them. Like, why can't everyone do this?
The sound effects too. Like anytime it's like a Western type scene, ding, ding.
That's great.
There's a horse over there.
Black Bart.
What's he like dipping at age 6?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't dip it when you were 6?
Get that kid.
The X's on the eyes is a great trope too.
It's great, dude. I love the directing, how it has like white around the screen, just so you know it's kind of a dream sequence. It's so like, it's cheesy, but it works. I don't know. I'd have to see, they're two totally different movies, but this movie I like to watch because it brings me back to my childhood about. Dude, the 3 weeks before Christmas were the greatest time of a kid's life because you go to school.
Man. Anything was possible.
School was a joke. I mean, the teachers are about giving up too because they get a month off. All you and your boys are just talking about like what we're gonna get for Christmas, and then like if we get a Sega, you're gonna bring over that game one day and stuff, and then you get like fucking 3 weeks off of school, man, and just wait for Santa. So this movie.
If you're lucky, it snows.
Yeah, if you're lucky, it snows, and Christmas Vacation more. Is now that I'm like 30, I'm like, okay, like sometimes family like kind of gets annoying and you just drink and it's kind of a joke or whatever. But this movie really brings me back to my childhood every time I watch it.
Yo, does his brother plan on getting any of that oatmeal in his mouth, or he's just gonna fucking like rub it around his face?
I love Randy. He's like my favorite character in this.
So what's happening? Like the heater blew up?
The furnace.
Yeah, it's like
he's one of the most feared furnace finders. He said, because dads won't. He
has a reputation among furnaces.
Yeah, he won't get a new one. He'll just fix that one.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. His mom's like, oh, if this doesn't work, we're all getting beaten. It is the 40s.
I love this actor too, and I don't know if this is I couldn't find this. I don't know if this is in the script. I don't know if this is like ad-libbed, but his like fake cussing in this is so great.
Dude, his brother is fucking bullied in that thing. Those look like the sumo suits.
Growing up a little northern than you guys did, this was a thing for sure. I'm like, I had like 18 layers.
But how do you get that off when you get to school?
You had to, the teacher sometimes had to help you.
You have to be like removed, right? They have to put like a harness on your back and extract you from the top. He looks like the kid in Little Giants. We've done a Little Giants movie commentary.
We have, yeah. Check that out.
Who shows up to practice with like the fucking bubble wrap around him.
He looks like the Michelin fucking tire man. You can't put his arms down.
The Michelin tire man if he was like trying out for a terrorist organization.
So great. The mom didn't want him to catch a cold. Jeff, you have to agree though. Like movies are about like iconic scenes. Like some of these, like this one is such an iconic scene.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you can't put his.
And iconic quotes.
Yeah, can't put arms down.
She's like, we'll rewrap you. That looks bad, I have to say. Looks very ominous.
I do miss living in the South now. I do miss snow on Christmas because it is cool. I wouldn't mind having it here, but especially living in the South, you know, it's not going to stick around till March.
Very true.
But it is Christmas, as Banner said. It's just a cherry on top if it was just snowier in hell too.
When I was a kid, this is just me being a dumbass kid. By the way, comment below the dumbest thing you thought when you were a kid. But I thought that it would automatically snow every year on Christmas Day. I didn't even know that was like a debate. And then we lived in Seattle and San Diego, and I was like, oh, that's bullshit.
No, it doesn't snow at all. It's like 73 degrees out.
Do these kids not have backpacks? Why are you carrying your books in your hands?
It was a different age.
Fucking
Yeah,
nerds.
backpacks weren't
Where's
invented
their
until the
iPads?
50s.
The backpack era hadn't really started yet.
Now it'd just be three kids standing beside just tweeting the whole time.
And vaping. Oh, this kid's done. He'll never get up. Banner, you can agree to this. As someone with a younger brother, if you saw him like this, definitely leaving him
Yeah, he
behind.
just would like.
Oh, yeah, there's no way I'm helping him up.
And then I would just tell my mom, I didn't see him.
I didn't see him. He was behind me. I don't know. I just thought he made it to school fine.
Honestly, if you let him get up on his own, that would build character.
Yeah. You can't go through life doing everything for them.
Exactly.
It's like parenting 101.
This looks
The only
like
way you learn is to fail.
This looks like an old school too. It's just weird how that looks.
Oh, Banner, did you ever have... I think we were in middle school at the same time when this happened. Do you remember when kids would go around and put like the fake rubber vomit in the drinking fountains?
Yes, I do.
That was just seeing them prank their teacher reminds me of that.
So I don't know if we have anyone on pod that knows anything about school nowadays, but back in the day, like Santa was talked about by teachers. I mean, when I was a
Really?
kid. Oh yeah. I mean, but I'm from a really small town in like kind of a, in the Midwest, but I mean, they would, talk about Santa. They would talk about Christmas and everything. Now I don't think that's as celebrated.
This teacher is nasty. That was all in their mouths, and you're just gonna like grab them? No, just throw them in the trash. That's what you're gonna end up doing anyway.
Or she has some disinfectant gel.
Looking at the board, I realized if you put a gun to my head right now, I definitely would have spelled the word arithmetic wrong. Actually, I wouldn't even been close. Fuck.
Okay, Jeff, another iconic scene. Since movies are all about iconic scenes you remember, among other things. This is like one of the most iconic scenes ever because did anybody do this? Because I had a friend that did this when we were in probably kindergarten.
Well, if you get double dog dared, what are you supposed to do? We can not do it.
So fun fact, actually, in this scene, they just used a suction cup. Because it was basically a rumor. Like the director heard it would work, but didn't want to fucking make a kid actually do it.
Right.
But later, Mythbusters actually proved that this works. Like this.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would happen.
But what's the bigger double dog dare, this or the Sandlot? Or is the Sandlot a triple dog dare?
This is a triple dog dare.
Well, that's like completely uncalled for.
It was the king of all dares, Jeff.
I can't believe they went there. See, now a lot of people would argue this isn't even the most iconic tongue getting stuck to pole scene in a movie.
You should have triple dog dared Rachel to be like, faithful
to me?
Yeah.
You think she would have?
It's a triple dog dare. She'd have to.
Fuck.
Would have saved it.
I'm going to call her right now. Do you mind if I do this in the background?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
start crying. Now, Dumb and Dumber, does it kind of cheapen the laugh in Dumb and Dumber knowing that this happened first?
I mean, Dumb and Dumber wasn't as big a deal as this. Like, this is probably the scene that they're talking about. Like, hey, man, this is the one that a lot of people are going to be talking about. Dumb and Dumber is just kind of a
I don't remember
side
this
thing.
poll being this disgusting. The last time I saw it. This is fucking gross.
It's all like rusted out. It's got 4 layers of lead paint on it.
Yeah, it looks
Well,
like someone rubbed feces all over it. And
I mean,
it's still lit.
what's going to happen is they're going to call the fire department, but the fire department's not going to take an axe and chop. I mean, they're just going to pour warm water on it. You could have a teacher just go pour warm water on it.
Well, and you can't even really get the other kids in trouble because it was a triple dog dare.
This is a good. What are we going to do?
Bell rang.
Bell rang. Like, we
You
got
want
to
me
go
to be tardy? There's no reason we all need to suffer.
Yeah.
You made your bed. Lie in it. At least they tell the teacher.
I didn't realize that kid's name was Flick.
Yeah, Flick.
Dude, back then we would just combine all the fucking classes. She has music notes on the left side, English in the middle, and arithmetic on the right.
We had teachers. I mean, you'd have your. I mean, when you were younger, when I was younger anyway, I'd have a teacher teach me everything, and then maybe I'd go to another teacher's room once in a day. Just
She's
to
like the Cordell Stewart of educators.
Yeah.
She can
Yeah,
do
like in elementary school.
They can throw the back shoulder fade.
and then also punt the ball 50 yards.
They can also call out Mike, read the defense, know when to check down and run it.
52's Mike. What's the goal here? What's the arm flailing doing to help you?
I mean, he's probably freaking the fuck out. He's like
Yeah.
in third grade.
See, you got to get up and look out the window because now you look the most guilty.
I don't know if you guys saw that, but Santa had a poster in the back of the classroom.
He's well represented. Was there an alternate haircut back in the 40s? That's all it was part to the
Come
side.
over.
Yeah.
Like, do we really need like all this though? It's like a fireman's just probably like just pour some more water on it. It'll be
Must
fine.
be a slow day in where the fuck are we? I keep wanting to say Haddonfield, but that's Halloween.
No, it's Hammond.
Hatfield, Illinois, aka Southern California.
SoCal.
I mean, this is
Yeah,
actually in
Pasadena.
Indiana. I mean,
And then there's like a FBI agent in a trench coat just there to like, here, I'll do the paperwork here. 7 firefighters? That's how many we need?
God, the teacher didn't even have a coat. Who's the guy with the hat on? He's
That's
like
what
a
I'm saying. There's
photographer
like
or a
Inspector
reporter.
Gadget's here. Oh, this
So
is
did they just rip it off of the pole?
This just in from the Hattonfield Middle School, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Banner, I think they did. I mean, what else would you do? He won't be tasting his hot cocoa this Christmas. So now the investigation begins.
Yeah.
And it's who's going to sell who up the fucking river. Ralphie's thinking there were way too many goddamn witnesses.
Yeah,
out
there's
there.
just so
no
many.
way.
Like, I'm gonna have to kill everyone
I'm
in
going
this
to keep
class.
a lot of people quiet. That chick in the background will roll over on you in a fucking second.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she would.
I fucking love Schwartz in the front. He's such a fucking shit.
Brown noser. He's like, oh.
He's just
It's
smirking.
horrible
He's
what
like,
happened to him.
Yeah, he's like,
honestly, I'd like to help you lead the investigation. if
he's
you
like
don't mind.
OJ. Like, I'm gonna conduct my own investigation to find the killer. Actually, is what's gonna happen.
This kid, fucking dude, put some cortisone in it and play through it. It's the playoffs. Nobody's 100% this time of year.
But they're like, dude, we're too far in the game now. We're not going to sell out. Have you tell our parents? It's Christmas is literally a week away.
Yeah.
Not-
No. Maybe if it was last week, you get away with it, but not this week.
We've come this far.
Dude, remember when writing sentences was a punishment?
On the chalkboard, yeah.
Or like
yeah,
on even
yeah.
on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't make me. Well, he's like awkwardly excited for this.
Well, because she just said the next one is a theme and it's what I want for Christmas. So she's like, okay, you know, my teacher will like it. So that way my parents will maybe give me a BB gun. Here we go.
What's the point of this fence? It's not really keeping anything out, right?
Go to like a small town sometime. Those fences are everywhere. I mean, it was once in the day a great fence, but now it's like, who else? I mean, is someone else actually going to take?
So did we
couple
just
days.
tape up his tongue? It's not like an ACL injury.
I don't know
Yeah.
why they have tape on there unless it has something on there to help heal it.
Again,
It
Banner.
looks like it's just got some like gauze or something on it.
What'd you say, Banner?
It just looks like he has like some gauze or something on it.
Scott Farkas.
Is this kid the 40s version of Sherman from American Pie?
God, he wishes he was Sherman.
Must
He,
be
he
rich.
wishes he was the Shermanator.
Sent back in time to make the sex dreams of one lucky lady come true. That kid's gonna be on the ground for an hour.
This is great casting too as the bully, because obviously he's probably 3-4 years older than them. He's got a damn coonskin cap, which I don't know how that keeps you warm.
Oh, it was a setup.
Man,
Jesus.
ambush.
How long was that kid waiting in there?
Grover Gill.
Over 3 days without food and water, he waited. See, he looks like one of the little rats. This kid is still down.
So I love the narrator in this. It's kind of sometimes overdone, but I really like the narrator. And actually, the narrator is one of the directors.
The narrator's supposed to be Ralphie, right?
Yeah, probably
As it-
Ralphie telling the story. Maybe that's the thing is it's weird. It's definitely Ralphie, but it's never said like when is he telling the story.
Right. And you never actually see him, right? You just hear his
No,
voice.
you never see him.
This kid is wearing an outfit that I feel like Cillian Murphy would wear in real life. Dude, I want to go as his brother next Halloween. Just put me in like a... Look at him try to run. He's wasting a lot of motion by flapping his arms, right? That's not very efficient.
I think he has to flap his arms to stay upright.
To keep his equilibrium.
Another question up in the air is no one really knows exactly when this film takes place. They don't know if it's 39, 40, 41, 42, because when the Bears actually play the Packers in December as a playoff game, but that was 41, but the little orphan nanny radio station he listens to was more in the 40s. So it was maybe a combination of between 39 and 42.
Was the Red Rider a real toy?
It's still a real
Yeah,
BB.
I had one.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Which I guess you could have a separate discussion on this on what could have been a better toy for him to get, but I love that the Red Rider BB gun. Because it's something that he probably is a little young for, but something he really
He's
wants
definitely young for it.
Whoever invented the Super Soaker that essentially replaced it. I mean, I know airsoft guns exist. How many eyeballs did that guy save?
If you take one of those high power super soakers in the eye, though, that could fuck you up too.
We could test it.
Yeah, let's do it. Fucking
I feel like the
sounds.
40s was a time where like animals didn't really have a definitive home. They would just fucking roam around neighborhoods.
Fucking bumper sounds.
That was another thing too. Hats used to be like
Oh yeah,
a
that
fancy thing. Now I can't wear those anywhere. Get made fun of. You look like the dudes who wear those now like buy samurai swords at anime conventions.
So if you notice this actor here that plays his father, like he was Billy Madison's dad. He's been in a couple other things. Yeah.
Dude, put it on the rack, bro. Have a little pride.
I know we're not there yet, but Banner, the best thing about this movie is that they didn't want him to get the BB gun, but the dad goes behind the mom's back to get. That's like the best thing about this movie, I think. The dad goes behind the mom's back and he's like, "Listen, I had one too, and I was his age. It's fine."
Put a little hair on his
It's
chest.
fucking great.
You do that nowadays, like husband would just get eaten alive.
Oh yeah. No sex for a while. Which
Well, I mean, that's probably happening anyway.
They actually made a sequel of this. Don't ever watch it.
What? What do they call it? The New Year's Story?
No, it's called A Christmas Story 2, but it takes place in the summer for his birthday, and it's unwatchable.
So it doesn't even take place.
So it's not even a Christmas movie?
It's called A Christmas Story 2, and it takes place in like July for his
Perfect.
birthday.
Makes total sense. Any of the actors return?
I don't know. I'll have to look up the cast. I don't know if Billingsley returned or not.
I mean, what else was he doing?
Fucking getting ass with Vince Vaughn.
Getting ass, bro.
To cast.
Who used to play with their food like this?
No, it's Daniel
still
Stern
do.
is in it. Daniel Stern's the old man.
Oh, really?
Stacey Travis is the mother. I don't know what she's in, but she looks kind of hot in this picture. Good for her.
What does he mean mother had not had a meal for herself in 15 years?
Because basically all she does is cook and then make sure all the other kids eat. And then once she's about to eat, the dad's like, "Oh, can I have some more mashed potatoes?" Because back in the day, in the good old times, I'm using air quotes, the women would like just basically cook and serve and basically do everything. It was disgusting. It was
pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen.
They didn't get their own movie franchises. That once were men that now are theirs.
Got it.
That could bomb at a
When are
box
we
office.
dropping this? Is the Charlie's Angels thing topical?
Yeah, I mean, we're
Yeah.
probably dropping it soon.
Okay.
I mean, it is Christmas right now.
She's just like watching him eat. Like, look at him. He's a fucking savage.
God, that's awesome.
I guarantee you that's Ovaltine that they're... Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
plain white milk.
No, it's Rich Ovaltine.
This kid has a problem with nourishing himself. I'll say that. He's doing it for the audience. He's way too old to wear a bib at the table, right?
I don't know. He's probably in kindergarten. Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
I think he's definitely way too old to be.
Banner's
wearing a
30
bib.
and he needs a bib now.
That's different. It's mainly for lobster and cereal.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing: you grow out of needing a bib, and then you grow back into needing a bib.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
belt.
back to the into.
This is one of the greatest scenes too, man. You don't have to wait like 10 minutes in this movie for another iconic scene that's either quoted or has merchandise sales. And this wasn't like a purpose merchandise sales like, you know, superhero movies do now. Like, I don't think they ever thought this leg lamp would be sold. I mean, we have leg lamp ornaments. My dad has a leg
A
lamp.
lot of people don't even know what that's from when they see
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, probably. I would think the majority would though.
I think that the younger kids probably don't. They know like exactly what it's from. They're like, "Oh, I've seen it on a movie that I watched with my parents, maybe," but I don't know what movie it's from.
I see a lot of mini versions of this,
Yeah,
like
that's what
desk lamps.
I have ornaments. I have my dad has one like kind of by his bar that he has at the house, but
I like how this is how you got shipments back in the day. Like it was all wood crated up.
fucking imagine if Amazon, you know how much that costs to do that? Like
Oh,
Amazon
it's
just ships like a
absurd.
wood crate to you. It's like, oh, this is great. We can also use this for firewood or just to build like a
A
horse.
house.
A fucking, you needed a crowbar? Yeah, now
Yeah,
you just need like scissors or you just rip it open with your teeth. Fragile.
his side up.
So he won a major award from, I believe, like the radio station?
Yeah, I think it
Something.
was the radio station or something like that. He won a. He's got to get in there to get it.
All that hay and shit. So
Oh
that back in the
God,
day, that's what bubble wrap became. God, that's awesome.
that's awesome. That big ass crate for that.
Don't you love when you get a box that
It's a
fucking
leg.
big? The thing inside of it would end up actually being like the size of a yo-yo.
It's so great though. It's like it's a leg. He's like, do you think that's it though? Like, do you think they just shipped a leg?
Ralphie.
So I had to step away for a second.
Buy her dinner first.
Does the dad know what this is?
No, he just know he won a major award. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
It's all there.
God, that looks like something that'd be in our dorm room. It's fucking great.
Yeah, that usually comes with a neon beer sign in the same box.
Yeah, for anyone that is in a relationship now or is married, you know that look that the wife gives you when you kind of show her, like, can this go up? And they're like, no, this is going in the garage. Okay. I'll have another one, Jeffrey.
I got you.
By the way, this podcast is brought to you by Shiner Cheer. They're not paying us anything, but it's Christmas, so
I mean, if they want to pay us,
we're cool with it.
I'll take money.
I don't think it's possible to watch this movie without Shiner Cheer.
Doesn't everyone have one plug-in in their house where they're like, dude, this one, if we lose power, it's because this thing fucking blew up.
Yeah.
That's behind my TV with my Fire Stick and my DVD player.
Yeah, my TV, my Wi-Fi's plugged in there. Now my fucking Christmas lights are. It's a goddamn mess. You have like 4 of those adapters.
Your phone cable.
And then it blows, and you're like, how the fuck?
My old man could quick fix a fuse faster than a jackrabbit on a date. It's one of the things he says. Reminds me of the 4th of July. This is how I feel when, like, me and Nate Thurman will win a golf trophy or something. I'll bring it home and I'll be like, look at this. And I was like, congratulations. I'll put it there. It's like, so is this where it is going to stay? I'm like, no.
No, so here temporarily. Of course, and it's by the window, so all the neighbors see it. Fucking pervert. He's got to be like, well, we got to see what the rest of the neighborhood's going to view it as.
His tie's a little short, too. What happened to short ties? Short ties used to be the shit.
I don't know. Skinny ties took over, and then that was it.
So this neighbor, too, is also another director, executive producer of the movie.
Is he from Hogwarts? What is that sweater?
It's probably his class sweater, Jeff. He was proud of that. He's fucking offensive lineman. Second team All-American.
Got 3rd place in the spelling bee, too. He couldn't hear the word is the only reason he missed it.
Damn Hill, you say
Is
you
that
want
a
it?
Bears beanie?
Maybe.
The entire neighborhood was turned on sexually, right? That's what.
See, I would like to go back and ask these people one question. Did the Packers and Bears and Lions ever wear those shitty ass uniforms on Thanksgiving, or is this something that the NFL created that they wore back in the 40s just to make money?
Well, yeah, they do the throwback day after anyone that could have actually verified they were real has been dead.
Yeah, because everyone I've talked to, like I remember talking to my grandma, I was like, I've never seen the Packers ever wear those uniforms. I mean, Bart Starr had on the yellow,
the white and gold.
Yeah, but now it's like blue and gold sometimes. I was like, that makes no sense.
It's like dark navy and brown. Yeah. And the ones that Jets wear, they just look like the Browns jerseys.
Dude, sitting around the radio, I don't even get it.
So that was their Disney Plus watching The Mandalorian. Is basically
Lone Ranger on the radio.
Which in 20 years, when some kids listen to this podcast, like, lose how old these fucking farts are. Talking about The Mandalorian, man.
Someone's gonna dig. The internet will probably be gone in 20 years. An alien will dig this up in like the stratosphere.
So this is trying to buy your way from a B+ to an A-. That's the best time to do Christmas. Like, sorry I can't find you a man because you're insufferable, Mrs. Teacher, but here's an apple and a card.
Look, I know you haven't been laid since the Dust Bowl, which I'm not really knowing the time. I guess that
was 2 months ago.
Yeah, I guess that wasn't that long ago.
Not as horny as you think.
The flashback dream sequences are great.
I love it. I think it's because in a creative mind, like literally when I was a kid, I would look around. I'm like, okay, if Shredder attacked here, I would fly up to this raptor and I'd go down, kick his ass, and I'd take that hot cheerleader and walk out of here.
That's what you do. You like analyze the room. Like, all right, what's my plan here when someone comes in? Banner, I think that 70s show was kind of an homage to all these scenes, like their fantasies.
Yeah, they did a lot of fantasies with the blurred out corners and over the top acting.
Can we admit we're all a fan of like flashback dream sequence? I even liked them in like Batman vs Superman. I always like flashback dream scenes.
I'm always a fan of getting a little bit extra backstory.
The only thing I don't like is when it's a dream, but they like trick you initially and you don't know it is, and then they reveal it at the end. If you make it apparent it's a dream, then I'm down.
They singing Yankee Doodle over there to the left.
At this time, that song was probably like the banger on the radio.
You know how long that would take to actually draw the lines with the music quotes? Like,
no, they had my kindergarten teacher had one. It's like a piece of wood that has little like spokes coming out of it that hold the chalk, and they do it all in one motion.
Oh, it's like they like trace it up there. Oh, and I've seen it looks like a menorah for the chalk, right?
Yeah. Kid of the 90s, if you go to a music class, they had a whiteboard up there with the lines already, and they would just like write it in there. I played a recorder.
Yeah, because you liked ass.
Yeah, I got a lot of ass playing that.
Hey, Matt, I heard you.
That's how I got herpes.
For the first time.
Yeah, first time.
Hey, she has the Bro 4 Squad bell on her desk.
Yeah, she does.
Ding, ding, ding.
What is she like the front desk at a fucking Marriott? Why does she?
Why would you ever play that? Like maybe time's up, like the test is over.
Is there a time that a kid would need her attention and she's not at the desk, so he would ring the bell?
Or she's so like encompassed in her work at the desk that she doesn't notice they walk up.
Not to say I'm a big fashionista, but I love when it was snowing out because basically your whole closet's in play.
Yeah. All right, back to ground zero, which is this back alley.
God, this is great.
I mean, if you're that kid, you might as well just wait to hear about the fight tomorrow, because in that outfit, you're not going to be in the heat of it ever. Now, the leg lamp banner, do you think he's right now just pushing to keep it up during Christmas, but he's like, we'll revisit it at New Year's? Or is he actually thinking, like, I can keep this up year round?
I think at this point, he's thinking, I've got this year round. I think he's got to play his cards right, but it's definitely in the realm of possibility.
He's like, here's what I'll do. After Christmas, I won't even mention it, and then if she asks me to take it down, I'll be like, totally forgot that was there. It's so interwoven into the fabric of this home now. I don't even think we could take it down.
Yeah, it would throw up the whole feng shui of the room.
This Christmas tree place has a sign that says cash only. What the fuck else would you pay with?
A check, maybe?
I guess.
Did they write checks back then? I don't know when checks like became a thing and were.
Are we still like in an era where we're bartering? Like he'll bring like steel or raw materials and try to pay for a.
Fucking love it. You just put it in the corner.
The haggling that would have happened in the 40s at a Christmas tree lot, I can't even imagine.
Little skimpy in the front. You're trading your next born child for this Christmas tree.
Don't you love when like you're trying to haggle for something so you act like shit's wrong with it that really isn't wrong with it, and even you know it? I don't know, this green's a little off color. How do I know this doesn't have some sort of disease in the sap?
Whoever Jeff, you know Angry Brian knows all the tricks.
Yeah.
Angry Brian actually had to come out the other day.
Against who?
The Apple Store.
Oh shit. In person?
In person, yeah.
Oh god.
100% my fault. And shout out to everybody that works at the Apple Store in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because they were fantastic.
I could see Banner like, so you're supposed to be a genius, right? I'm like, oh god, here we go.
So I broke the phone. This is a great scene too. I broke the screen on my phone, so I went in the Apple Store. It was like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, and they're like, "Well, we're in overflow. We can't get you in right now." And I was like, "Well, I pay you like $5 a month, so if this happens, you guys just give me a new phone." Well, we don't do that. Well, then you're gonna fix my phone tonight.
Right.
And it escalated from there. I'll spare you the details.
Jeff, do you agree a movie is just a culmination of a lot, like probably 80-90% great scenes, and the scenes of those are captivated off merchandising or still quoted or relived today?
In terms of like what you remember of it?
Yeah.
I think so.
So this is a good movie then. You just said it.
Yeah, plot doesn't matter. If that's the case, then Suicide Squad is probably a good movie.
How is this plot? I mean, it's just a pretty simple plot. It's just 2 weeks before Christmas, and
nothing to it. Exactly. I don't think this is an awful movie, but it does not need to be played 24 hours consecutively on any channel.
Do you think any movie deserves that mantle then of 24 hours?
I do. Yeah.
Is it just a holiday movie, or is
No, I mean, I could probably list 5 movies right now that I think one day a year you could get away with playing.
But doesn't it have to relate to that day of the year? So you're saying like Independence Day on 4th of July should be played?
Sure.
Which that's fine.
Any of the original Star Wars on May the 4th.
That's fine with me.
If you said we need a Christmas movie to play 24 hours, this would probably be my 4th or 5th pick.
But do you agree that TNT...
4th or 5th? What are your 1 through 4s then?
Well, right off the bat, we have Home Alone and Christmas Vacation, right?
I forgot about Home Alone. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, Home Alone is like the OG. Now, if we're going animated, I mean, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas is an absolute classic. The original Dr. Seuss. You could probably argue Toy Story could be great for Christmas.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, that's what... Elf. Yeah, I would put Elf above this, too.
See, this is my thing.
See, I hate Elf.
Okay, Elf wears on me. But I'm not going to say I hate it. I love it as a Christmas movie, but it's not one like this. Home Alone and Christmas Vacation, I can watch every single day for 25 straight days on Christmas and probably not get tired of them. But I agree with Jeff on one thing. I love this movie, but does it deserve to be played 24 hours? Yes, it does on TNT. But I'd also like for Home Alone to be played 24 hours on like Freeform. I'd like Christmas Vacation. I like Elf. There's a lot of people like Elf. I think there should be different. I mean, it's a marketing thing, man. If you're fucking, I'm trying to think, Spike. I mean, play Christmas Vacation 24 hours on, whatever. But I would like a TV station to basically play 24 hours of Christmas movies. So it's just one after another.
And we will have this debate. I'm actually this is the first Christmas commentary we're doing this year. But so the is it Freeform or Hall? Which is the one that makes like almost only original content around Christmas?
That's Hallmark.
Hallmark, right?
Yeah.
Freeform has 25 Days of Christmas where they just do old Christmas movies. Yeah.
I prefer that.
Because it was the old ABC family.
Now, soap in your mouth. This was like this is like the OG punishment.
Which is so bad for you. I mean, like the chemicals in soap.
Oh, you want to hear something savage?
Yes.
My dad one time made me brush my teeth with liquid soap.
What the hell, dude? Did you cuss?
Not savage?
You should have.
Did you cuss?
Yeah, I think I said like shit or something like that.
And that was the last time Banner cussed.
Yep.
Till the pod.
Right, till we started the pod.
Yeah, you guys are really bad influences on me.
You're welcome. I raised you. I think one time I had to put soap in my mouth.
Throwing your friend under the bus.
Yeah, but if you had a bar of soap just stuck in your mouth, wouldn't you throw your friend under the bus?
The red soap.
Yeah, dude. Whatever, at this point, whatever information you need, I'm willing to roll over.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll even elaborate on things that I'm not sure about, but I'm
This is
like 50%.
This is great. He's like, you know where he heard that from? Probably from his father. He's like, I've heard that word at least 40 times a day from my old man. He said he's a master of cussing.
Dude, do you remember when like you and your friend would be like, you did shit wrong, but you haven't been caught yet, and your phone rings and your mom answers and it's like another mom. And
Yeah,
you're like, this is it.
Shit.
We're all done. This is it. This is the last time I'll ever leave the house.
It was weird too because when you're that age, you're like, my parents are literally gonna probably murder me. That's what I thought. Like I was like,
They don't care.
Like they don't even care. Like my mom doesn't care about the 9 months of pregnancy. They're gonna just off me probably.
I remember I got caught sneaking out with one of my best friends, and I think we were in like 8th grade. We were really young, and we snuck out, and his mom caught us, found us. She took me back to my house at like 1 a.m. and made me ring the doorbell.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so like I woke my parents up. My dad opens the door, and she goes, "Tell him what you did." And I was like, "Well, we kind of went to the playground to meet this chick," and he just goes, "Get in the house, go to bed."
Was she hot? Is that what he said?
I wish.
I mean,
That's what his dad asks.
yeah.
Yeah.
How hot
It's
was
like,
she? Honestly,
was it
Dad,
worth it?
7. Well, now you're in trouble.
What?
You're in trouble now.
Dad, you know how it gets at the end of the night? At the end of the night, the lights are coming on in the bar. Last call comes around. You got to get what you can take.
It's Hail Mary desperation time then.
Yeah.
Banner, like, so as we're older, and so Banner, you have a child now, and she's not of age where she's like, sneaking out yet. I don't think. But
I don't.
No, she's
Just
2 going on 15, so it's about to come.
Man.
But-
she can haul ass.
But on some of that stuff, now that we're kind of older, do you think our parents are actually really mad at us? I mean, they just kind of wanted to tell us, like, hey, don't do that right from wrong. But on some of it, they probably weren't as mad as they let on to be. On some of it, I don't think.
Well, I think what they
It's
get
like,
most
whatever.
mad about, and this is like to the point of Ralphie's pity party right here. I think parents get mad when you just think they're stupid. So like, Banner, I could see you being most offended when your daughter, like, when she's like a teenager and she thinks she's like tricking you and you're like, I'm not that fucking dumb.
Yeah, here's the thing. Anything that she does, she's going to have to come up with like some new age technology shit to get away with something. Cuz I know them all in the book. I've done them all.
Right.
So, I think when parents really get mad like it's sneaking out and stuff like that, it's not the fact that they snuck out, it's the fact that you don't know where they're at, and then when you go to like check on them, they're gone and you freak out. It's not the fact that you're gone, it's that I don't know where you are. I think that's the biggest thing.
By the time your daughter's a teenager, I think every human being will have a tracking device inside.
We'll also get more subscribers too, because all of her friends will probably subscribe.
That's
to us.
true. Yeah,
That's
can you
true.
send her to school with business cards that
Yeah.
she has like a dispenser on her backpack that like shoots one out onto the floor every 10 minutes.
Running away from the bully again.
Dude, why does this alley look shittier and shittier every time we visit it?
It's Indiana, man. Go visit it sometime. You'll understand.
There's Merry Christmas on the
Suck
chalkboard.
up time. She's got an apple that's like had 2 bites taken out of it.
It's like
I got
Warren.
hungry on the way here, but I tested it for you.
It's like is it Heineken that always did the 5-pack around Christmas time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool idea. Wow, a whole fruit basket. Somebody
With a
fuck.
Where did he get a pineapple in the middle of Indiana in December?
I don't want to know.
You probably have a Whole Foods back in 41.
You know what I haven't had in a while? A pear. I like pears.
Actually, every grocery store is probably Whole Foods back in 41. That's before we processed everything.
That's true.
Yeah, that's before Walmarts were invented.
Yeah.
By the way, listen to episode 94 when Matt Geiger figures out that there's nothing we can eat that won't kill us.
Yeah. At all, yeah. That's just, yeah, I'm drinking beer right now, so
Body's a
I gave
temple.
up on food.
All liquid diet. That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
See, that's like, this is the equivalent of him like hitting on his teacher. Like they could have something going on here, right? But they just didn't say anything back then.
Were teachers sleeping with their students even a thing in the 40s?
It's got to be. It had to have
It
been.
was probably always a thing.
Yeah.
You know
Probably
what's
not
weird?
this young.
I
but-
noticed this just watching Ralphie. When you're a kid, all you do is fucking run places for no goddamn reason.
Here's the thing too. He's checking the mail, but he's putting it back.
Well, the flag is up. They're mailing all that stuff out.
Yeah, he's just he's trying to see his little orphanage pin. Jeff, that's a great point because I'll watch like videos of me when I was younger. I'm like, God, I had so much energy. And now my wife will be like, hey, can you come help me? I'm on the couch. I'm acting like she's trying to get me to solve the equivalent to cure cancer or something. I'm like, God damn. I just sit down.
When I take the trash out, it's like I'll write you. I'll be back probably in a week. Take care of yourself.
So this little orphan Annie pin was the equivalent, like if we got like a Tony Tiger stripe thing or something. Sick. I was like, God damn, Tony actually knows who I am. It's fucking awesome.
I don't know if I told you guys, the local Fox affiliate when I was like 5 years old, if my mom's listening, she knows this. Ranger Rick was like the local host. I wrote him one Christmas. I don't even know how we pulled this off. I just asked for a Red Ranger toy.
Yeah.
He fucking sent me one.
That's awesome.
Like legit, like the real sized one. You remember how big those were?
Yeah, they're like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I don't even mean popularity. I mean like the Power Rangers toys were like 10 inches.
They're like, Jeff, here's a Red Ranger toy. As if you want to know what you can do for me, just send me your panties, Ranger Rick.
I was like, huh? All right, I guess. I mean, it's
Ranger Rick wants my underwear.
He's in law enforcement. He's a fucking ranger. Send it to him. Just never talk to him again.
Yeah.
So he's getting the numbers off the radio, and then he uses his pen to know what it said.
So every number represents a letter. So then
he's got to decode it, right?
Yeah, the letters will decode a message that little orphan Annie wants you.
But why did he go in the bathroom to do this?
He needs the decoder ring. Does he have it?
Yeah, he has it right there. Okay, so like 25 is L, 9 is I or something.
Nate Thurmond, if he's listening to this, he is really good at those cryptograms. Brandon, do you remember those?
Crypto quotes? Oh yeah, I still have one. I still carry it in my wallet. Been carrying it in my wallet for about 10 years. There are two kinds of statistics: the kind you make up and the kind you look up.
Oh shit.
He got that for me, and it's been riding around with me ever since.
Yeah, if anyone ever has someone that's being held hostage and they're sent an encrypted ransom note, call Nate Thurmond. He can probably decode it for you in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's cheap too.
I don't know. His rates have gone up the last year and a half.
He'll do it for like $2.50 a letter.
Yeah, see, it used to be like $150, but that's the market we're in, man.
Supply and demand, elasticity. You know what I'm talking about.
I hear you. Can I say something? As a kid, if you lock yourself in the bathroom, just fucking leave me alone. I'm either masturbating or decoding with my ring. Either way, I don't need you. Be sure to drink your
Ovaltine.
Fucking marketing in the middle of it.
No shit,
man.
that's fucking savage. Great. That's what Tony Tiger do. Is like, hey, be sure to, get my new honey. Fucking Frosted Flakes.
Holy shit, Mom, we need new Frosted Flakes.
These are bad.
Son of a bitch.
I dumped them out because they're horse shit.
So Peter Billingsley, who plays Ralphie, actually kept, very smartly, man, a ton of memorabilia from this movie. He owns the iconic pink bunny suit, which you haven't seen yet. He owns the BB gun. He owns the glasses that were broken.
Wow, they let him keep the BB gun?
Let him keep the BB gun?
At the time, they probably had no idea.
And the broken glasses were at the end where he shoots his eye out. Dude, I guarantee if you go into his house, he goes downstairs and like, even in July, he has like a fucking man cave that looks like Christmas, and it's all that shit. That's fucking awesome.
Can I just say a nice little directorial nod, although also disgusting. His brother comes in the bathroom, lifts up the toilet seat, and then it cuts to them cooking a pot of chili. Which
what's weird is that Peter Billingsley and Macaulay Culkin were the same age whenever they did their Christmas movies, and Peter Billingsley has had, without question, a way better career.
Well, he was smart, and number one, didn't get addicted to heroin and raped by Michael Jackson. But
allegedly,
he got behind the camera. He got behind the camera. What are those? Just regular oatmeal cookies?
But didn't Macaulay Culkin dated
Mila Kunis?
Yeah. Well, who else? There's the other chick that they did for a long time. Menounos?
For like 7 years.
Yeah, he dated Mila Kunis forever. I think that's
which leads me to question her mental state.
No, he also dated, though, after Mila Kunis, Maria Menounos.
Really?
Yeah. I think they might still be dating, even, actually.
I think she is married.
Good for him, I guess. But I was pretty sure she was married.
The only reason I know that is because her and her husband were on the episode of Bar Rescue.
I'm like 70%. Wait, you watch Bar Rescue?
Of course we watch Bar Rescue, dude. It's so bro. So what caused the leg lamp to break again? I can't remember.
It still is up for interpretation. She was saying that she was just moving a potted plant, and
how convenient.
But a lot of it's still like Peter Billingsley, or sorry, the narrator is saying it still gets talked about.
And conveniently
still under investigation.
Why do we need to be moving potted plants?
Not a thing.
In December.
The feng shui is set.
Women are such mischievous creatures. We'll never understand them.
You got to keep one eye on them at all times.
They don't even understand themselves. How can we possibly?
My ex-wife tried to kill me 3 times. It only strengthened our relationship. And by strengthened, I mean she divorced me.
You got to let the glue set for a while, though.
We don't have time, Matt. You're gonna have the neighborhood walk by and not see this.
History repeats itself. This is basically the Redskins with RG3. Like, let the glue sit. No, just
let
throw
him
him out
play.
there.
It's
Let
the
him play.
fucking
It's fine.
playoffs, and then his leg actually did that.
He's never the same after that.
And she's laughing see, I'm right. I'm willing to buy into any conspiracy theory that involves the mom. Look at her. She's taken way too much joy out of this. So he's got to go into the lab now, Banner. You know all about that. Tony Stark himself couldn't fix this thing.
Nope. The only one that can fix it is the mad scientist himself. Not to brag, but I can fix it.
You're not wrong. Jojo Rabbit, which I just saw, there's a kid in it who looks exactly like Peter Billingsley in this movie. It's kind of creepy, actually. So do these kids go to school, or are they have they already dropped out?
Yeah, they are. I'm guessing Rover Gill is in their class, but Scott Farkas has to be like 2 or 3 years older than them. He's fucking huge.
So this is when kindergarten through senior year we're all at the same school, right?
Because it's still only a school of 180 kids.
Well, it's still kindergarten through 4th grade. I mean, Banner, what do you think they are in 2nd grade? I think.
I was thinking 3rd grade.
3rd grade.
2nd or 3rd, yeah.
Well, Farkas,
but I was thinking that the bullies were maybe 6th.
Or maybe Farkas just hit his growth spurt early.
Well, where I went to school, the elementary school was at the bottom of the hill, and the middle school was at the top of the hill, probably about 200 yards apart.
I think the teacher literally just wrote the word Christmas up on the board.
I love how in the 40s the kid could walk in the black eye and they don't think it was the dad or anything. They're just like, I don't know.
C+. God, that's harsh. You said you were going to count off for spelling. This is a great scene right here.
The further we get into this, Jeff, the more I think you like it.
It's a great movie.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. That's the one quote from this movie that has withstood the test of time.
I don't understand people. It's like whenever I meet someone, I'm like, you like Star Wars? Now, this is before Abrams and Ryan Johnson. No, I'm just saying, this is before Abrams and Ryan Johnson got their hands on it. But if someone doesn't like Star Wars, I literally have nothing else to say to you. But if you don't think this is a great, I don't want to say the greatest, but a great Christmas movie, I literally don't know what else.
I don't dislike it. I don't think I've even complained maybe 1 or 2 times. I just think that it is in the pantheon of Christmas movies. I think it gets propped up a little.
It's better than Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, I ironically like that movie.
Okay.
By the way, check out that movie commentary.
Yeah, we did that one too.
No one actually likes Jingle.
But I actually enjoy. I mean, I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
I mean, I like
this
watching it.
This is a good movie though. Jingle All the Way is just entertaining. But Home Alone and Christmas Vacation are definitively better.
This is such. I'll have to say this too as a Christmas. This is such a boy Christmas movie because it
really is.
Everyone has always been like the bully, and actually had this happen to me. I had a kid pick on me all through fucking kindergarten year, and one day my grandpa picked me up from school and told me to beat his ass, and I punched him twice, and he cried all the way to the bus and never bothered me again.
Fuck yeah!
And every time I watch this, I think of that in my life. Matt Geiger wasn't always alpha, kids, but I am now.
Farkas is fitting to get his ass whooped right here.
I'm also the fattest guy on the pod.
You're very fat.
You are.
You weigh more than Banner and I combined.
Probably.
So.
Yeah. In fact, most people gain weight at the holidays. You actually just maintain because you eat so much.
Well, if Geiger wanted to play Santa, he would actually have to lose weight.
Well, the deck is stacked against me. Jeff's mom called me fat and then made me French toast. So you
got to steer into the skid. How is there like an abandoned Model T with no wheels?
It's Indiana, Jeff.
Yeah.
Everything's abandoned.
Dude, this kid is like fucking Logan right now. Jesus. The kid running away with the look of like, you're crazy, dude.
This is such a great scene. Once again, a boy movie. Like any boy watching this, it brings you back to your childhood of someone picking on you. You're like, God, I just wish I could kick his ass.
His brother's like, I'll hold these. Like he might have, what if he actually murdered him? Everybody has their breaking point, dude.
I hope they never redo this movie. Ever.
I've heard people under duress speaking in strange tongues. It's a pretty good line.
But this would be like somehow Scott Farkas was like, transgender or something. So now Ralphie's a bad guy. But I hope they never redo this.
I think Scott Farkas is really an embodiment of all of our inner demons, right? Eventually, you just have to rise up and beat the shit out of them.
Can we talk about how this movie somehow relates to the Bible and how all this is? Yeah, this
would be another good one fairly easily. I feel like you can turn. I would say this is a comedy, right? Into a horror movie.
Yeah.
You could pretty easily. We did a chess day on that one time. A comedy you could turn into a horror movie.
Yeah, you could, because you could make like the dad and mom really sadistic.
Yeah, and I think you could show the beginnings. You could do all of this as flashbacks to like a current serial killer, like how he became that way. Like he obsessed over getting a gun. He just beat the hell out of a kid for no reason.
And really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And now he loves the taste of soap. So
he can't get enough soap.
Want some soap and blood for dinner.
It shows him in his prison cell. He's like cutting a bar of soap up and eating it. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, that's deep.
Look at us. This thing's writing itself.
Yeah.
This was the one scene in the movie I really didn't understand because he's really afraid of his dad getting home, but the character development they done with his dad, I don't think his dad would be that upset. Be like, hey man, this bully's been picking on me. Was like, I kicked his ass.
His dad's got bigger shit to deal with who broke that leg.
Yeah,
that leg lamp is the most important thing in that dad's life right now.
We're conducting a full-scale investigation. In fact, we're starting the interviews tonight.
We're going to conduct our own internal investigation.
Which is going to be taken much more seriously than the external investigation. So he's scared his father's going to beat his ass. But at this point, if I'm him, I'm like, I'll fucking fight my old man, too. I can take anybody.
Once again, bringing it back to your childhood, we've all been in our room and waiting for our dad to get home. And like, is my mom going to tell him? Or
if she is, what version of the story is he going to get?
Am I going to get my day in court to maybe tell my side?
Right.
What was your guys' most vivid, like, you're waiting at home for your dad to get home moment? Like, what did you guys do?
A buddy of mine and me, there was a house being built next door to us, and we went in and like spray painted on one of the walls, and I think we wrote "fuck" on the wall, which makes no sense. And we got caught. My little brother actually ratted us out, and I knew that it was going to be Judgment Day.
I was probably 3 or 4. I was watching Underdog, the cartoon, and we had a mantle in our living room. So I climbed up it. I still don't know how the hell I got up it. It was like way up high. I think I had to move a chair. And I climbed up the mantle and jumped off because I thought I could fly like Underdog. And the mantle came down and broke every VHS we've ever had. It was like 40 VHS.
Oh, shit.
And my mom was like, what the hell?
Were you okay, though?
I was cool. Dude, I was fucking Underdog.
I said, that's true. I forgot.
But I jumped off of it. My mom, first off, was happy I was okay, but then she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I was trying to fly like Underdog. And then she's like, when your dad gets home, I'm going to tell you. And I remember sitting in my room, just like twiddling my thumbs. I'm like, that's it. I'm going to fucking die.
You know what? One time I do remember this. I tried to do a pull-up on a towel rack in our bathroom. And you can imagine how that went. But the problem was also...
You could barely hold 3 towels.
Dude,
how the fuck is it going to...
I could not believe how much of the wallpaper came off with this thing. It was like the whole fucking wall. Boehner, what's your story?
So mine was, we were actually out of school for like a snow day.
Oh, hell
and both my parents still had to go to school or go to work. So they were like, all right, you're going to stay at home and blah, 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 whatever. Maybe 12. So
like borderline, you should be staying home alone, especially watching your brother.
Yeah. So they were. I think my brother went to work with my mom actually. So I was by myself,
Oh hell yeah.
and computers were new. Internet was this new thing. I did what boys do with the internet at the time,
Gotcha.
and I did not delete the internet history.
Dude, you gotta delete. I delete the
And
history on my phone just in case my wife gets it. I mean, I
yeah.
don't.
So then I went to I went outside with the neighborhood kids. We played in the snow, and I get home and my mom goes, "What'd you do today?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing, you know." And I wasn't supposed to get on the computer.
Much.
I was like, "Oh, you know, just kind of hung around. I made a sandwich and then I went outside and played." She goes, "Oh, you didn't get on the computer?" No, no, not at all, Mom. Not at all.
Not that I
And she goes,
recall.
"Okay, well, go to your room. You'll have to speak with your dad because you didn't delete the history." And I was like, "Oh." So I sat there for like 3.5 hours, like you said, Matt, just twiddling your thumbs, like, "I'm dead."
Well,
Yeah.
at least you have time to get your story straight at that
And
point.
that's the thing, as anyone says, and this is true in punishment life. Waiting is the hardest part. Having a gun to your head is hard. Pulling the trigger and actually getting shot isn't that bad. It's just like, when is it gonna fucking happen? Is like the worst part of it. The waiting is the worst
I
part.
prefer the time to get my game plan together.
And for people listening right now, if this is the first time you ever listened to us, this is unlike any movie commentary we've ever done. And if you've listened to us a lot, let us know if you like this. But this is more of a reminiscent. As we're watching the movie, it brings us memories, which I think is why this movie is so great. Even though this is set in the 40s, it brings me back memories of like the 90s when I was a kid.
Well, and let's really talk about the period here. So this is a parade that everyone shows up for.
Does
Remember
anybody
when
else
people-
hate going to these parades?
Well, I was going to say, remember when
cold.
people gave a fuck about parades?
The only place that I know of that parades are still a big deal is fucking Disneyland and Disney World.
Dude,
Speaking of which, Mickey is on the fucking screen right now.
Yeah.
we started doing a Christmas parade like long after I left my hometown. But I think it's a great idea, man, for like kids to sit there and people to dress up. I love a parade. That should be a song. I'm gonna write that. Hold on.
I have a My Chemical Romance has a pretty awesome
Yeah.
parade song. You should use as inspiration.
I hate
rap-
parades.
just
They're
like
fucking cold. They're miserable. They just throw candy at you, and it's not even good kind of candy. It's like double bubble that was left over from
Or
Halloween.
red vines. Like you don't even have
Yeah.
Twizzler? No, it's free. Shut the fuck up. I guess you're right.
Dude, when I saw Santa as a kid, I'm just like, it'd be like if I saw LeBron or something. I'd be like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
except more than that, because Santa like can actually plays defense even when his team's out.
Yeah,
of
and
the
he
playoffs.
didn't just switch to the South Pole, you know, because the South Pole got
Right. Well,
his
he had
three best
friends at the
friends.
South Pole.
That's true.
Matt.
They're all free agents at the same time.
So God intended for it.
And he didn't go to the North Pole and get rid of the North Pole's two best draft picks to get someone from the South.
Make them trade all their draft picks for like reindeer that were past their prime, but could shoot threes, and then leaves them with no draft capital.
But when I was a kid, if I was like, hey, I want this, and she was like, I don't know. I was like, honestly, I don't give a shit what you say because I'm going to talk to Santa in a week and we're going to hash it out. So
Yeah. What was
Cut the
our parents' rebuttal for that? Mom, you can say no, but I'm getting it from Santa.
yeah, Santa
No,
is going to give me
motherfucker.
what I want because I've been a good fucking boy
And
all
you know that.
fucking year.
Tell me one.
Did your
time that it
did
sleep
your parents
doggy
ever
fuck.
use "you're gonna be on the naughty list" as like a threat to you?
I don't think they had to. I think they kind of told me the story about, hey, you need to. I do remember like in fucking July, like my mom would bring up Santa. I'm like, oh yeah, like that
Oh
is coming.
shit. Yeah, we're over halfway through.
I
the
thought
year.
it was more like, you know, the BCS stuff. Like it doesn't matter what you do early in the season. You just
Yeah,
gotta
it's just what you
drive
do
late in the
normally.
season. I thought
You
that's
got
how-
to hit your stride at the right time.
Santa is a "what have you done for me lately" business.
Yeah, that's what I
Hey,
thought it
come
was.
September, I'll get my shit together. But in June, July, I'm gonna be a little shithead.
Yeah. Santa's on a Disney cruise ship right now,
Yeah, you
just
can't-
with a bunch of whores. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
care what I'm doing
If,
right
if-
now.
yeah, if you don't think Santa's in Cabo San Lucas right now having bikini models with him, then you're out of your mind. This kid's smile. What are we doing?
So
bro?
Jeff, fun fact, Jeff Hornacek, another fun fact. This kid is not an actor. They were actually in the store and it was a real Santa and they were going to shoot it in there. They met this kid and the director was like, he's so weird and awkward. We got to get him in the movie somehow, like bothering Ralphie.
Now, why?
That's like one of the most funnest fun facts we've had for a while. When I read that, I'm like,
That's
God, I remember that
absurd.
kid. That's awesome.
Why are we in Halloween costumes at Christmas?
It's Wizard of Oz.
Well, is this technically a Halloween movie, isn't it? Somehow, people watch it during Halloween.
I mean, you can say
I
whatever.
just
It has nothing
thought
to
it
do
was a
with
movie.
or sorry, not Halloween. It is a Christmas movie, isn't it?
how.
I don't know. People watch it during Christmas.
You're the Missouri, Kansas
I'm from fucking Missouri, not Kansas.
Same thing. Which state is Kansas City in? You still don't know.
It's in both.
Well, that's a fucking problem.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah.
It can only be
Listen
in
to
one.
how ridiculous that sounds.
It's in both.
It's in both. We know, and he knows it's stupid as he says it.
So you guys both have younger brothers. I mean, of course, I know Jeff does because Greg's one of my best friends.
Greg Hornacek is because the Hans Jans situation.
But when you guys, so as the older brothers, did it get annoying, like dragging him around all the time?
Dude, my brother, and my mom has the picture evidence of this, he would act like he was being murdered at Santa for like till he was like 5. Every picture he is freaking out, crying, and the photos are hilarious because I'm like smiling with him sitting on Santa's lap.
You're like, you idiot, you don't know this guy could answer your dreams, and you're just like
fucking dumbass. For some reason, his disdain and fear of Santa made me enjoy the experience even more. Banner, how about you?
Yeah, Brother Banner, he was like 5 years younger than me, so we didn't really connect until we were older as much, you know?
So when you did Santa together, he would have been like 2 and you're 7. Yeah, I guess that's kind of like.
But yeah. When he was 5 and you were 10, was he just like
these elves are
dead
physical.
weight?
Jesus.
Where you wanted to do other shit and he wanted to do something else?
No, we kind of just did our own thing. Like it was weird.
My brother and I had such different interests that I really had to do the take your brother with you, because if we were going to play sports, he wouldn't really want to
I mean
go.
this in the non-est Michael Jackson way possible, but do you think would it be fun to be Santa? Because I just wanted to see like what kids would ask for. Because some kids literally, it's really sad. Like some kids ask for, you know, a toy, but then some kids are like, I just want my parents to get back together or something like that. I'd be like, damn it. I'm like, so what, did your mom cheat on your dad or what's the story?
I'm glad we switched to Ralphie's GoPro for this scene. Jesus. What's wrong with
Super
his nose? Does he have total cokehead? Or
I mean, he's from the North Pole. It's probably cold up there, Jeff.
I was just about to say, how much black tar heroin did this Santa Claus do?
7.
You think all these elves go to Dave & Buster's after the shift and be like, I swear to God, I'm quitting tomorrow. I'm not fucking doing this anymore.
If they make me work a double again, I'm just going to walk out. I'm not even
I asked off for Christmas. They laughed at me.
Chewbacca's probably their dealer.
That's insane, man.
Chewbacca's probably their dealer, and he's like, look, this is some strong shit. Be careful. And they just got overconfident. They're just too fucked up right now.
Well, they don't speak Wookiee, so they had no goddamn idea what he was saying to them.
So once again, and I be hard-pressed to name a movie that with more iconic scenes than this one, or more, you know, any of these scenes, Banner, could be the best scene. This one could be too, where he's climbing up.
This is Bruce Wayne Batman.
Yeah, and he actually gives the line, "You shoot your eye out." I mean, this one could be as good as the sticking your tongue to the pole or the flashback scenes or anything.
I think sticking your tongue to the pole is the most iconic scene. I think this is
most iconic.
Probably, yeah.
When you say we're gonna watch A Christmas Story, I think you'll shoot your eye out, kid. That's the line I think.
That or oh fudge, but I didn't say fudge.
By the way, very well designed exit strategy to get these kids move them in and out quicker.
Yeah, let's get out.
The slide is a great way to just pump them out.
See, Banner, on the Bro Force squad, we say the opening scene doesn't have the best scene, but it has to start a tone. I want to say a new thing. It doesn't matter how you start a movie. It matters how you end the movie. Because the way this movie ends is so perfect, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, because I think you have to have a good start to the movie to get to an end of the movie. Like, if you have a shitty start, I'm not as invested by the end.
That's true, but if you have a good start and the ending's not good, you're like, man, I just don't feel good about this movie.
Yeah, it leaves more to be desired.
But the way it just... I love how it almost makes you cry every time. It was like, man, the dad is just like, man, I see what he wants. I'm gonna, it's my son. I'm gonna get him what he wants, whatever. This is another part I have a huge problem with, Banner. Putting the tree up Christmas Eve.
No, that's like an old school thing. Like, I Love Lucy did that too. Like, it's an old school tradition that, look, in my house, we only put the tree up Black Friday every year. That's what we do.
Even this year?
Even this year. Because
this year, our trees, if you guys are just joining us, it's not Thanksgiving yet, but our tree's up because Thanksgiving's so damn late this year.
Yeah, Thanksgiving isn't until like, what, November 30th or something?
It's like November 27th or 28th.
Yeah.
So actually, we're getting less days of the tree up. So we put it up like November 21st.
So with that being said, we did put up our dinosaur herd up in the lawn for the Christmas decorations there. But
Nice.
and we'll probably decorate around the house. But the tree, we always every year we do like finger foods like taquitos and popcorn chicken and like the little mini hamburger sliders.
Yep.
Have champagne and put the tree up, and me and my wife get in a fight every year. Like it's comical. We know we're gonna get in a
It's
fight
what Jesus intended.
yeah, we know we're gonna get in a fight about putting the tree up because it's nobody likes putting a fake tree up. It's a pain in the
Really?
ass.
I love putting the tree up. I hate taking it down, but I love putting the tree up. I
No,
love
it's
decorating for Christmas.
we just got a new one, but the old one we had, like every layer had these little spokes that you had to put in and then fluff it, and then you got to put the ribbon around it and the lights around it, then all the ornaments on, and it's just a long ass process. And me and my wife always get in a fight about it. But this year we have a pre-lit tree that is like one piece, so there's no like all that bullshit going on. So I think we might avoid a fight this year.
This is the other thing I hated about this. For one, I love that they said on Christmas Eve, like it's getting late. I heard Santa's sleigh. I hope he doesn't pass by. Then you just sprint to bed. But I hate when the dad says, "Okay, let's get them." Like they're getting the presents. I didn't like that, especially as a kid watching this.
Real quick, Jeff, is that a Kona beer?
It is. We're out of Shiners, so I went with a Kona.
Yeah, I'm drinking. I'm
Yeah, I
actually out
think
of Shiners. I'm out of Shiner Cheer as well, so I'm drinking a Tank 7. So I'm about to be fucked up.
I thought that was
Thanksgiving.
a whole 12 pack, but it turned out someone had opened the other side of it and started taking beers out of it.
This is a great scene too.
Great visuals.
I did this growing up. I was, kind of from a northern state. I'd open up my window every day on Christmas Day and be like, "Oh wow, like it's snowing. This is awesome."
So this is like, do you think they had to wait like a specific amount of time to get this footage? Like have all this snow
in Indiana? I bet they shot this in December.
Think it's real?
Like, did it happen in December? Did they have to shoot it in like February?
So please comment below what your like putting up the tree thing is, because mine is I love Black Friday banner. I actually do that all the time, except for Thanksgiving is so late this year. But me and my wife put it up. We order a pizza, we get Shiner Cheer, and we watch Home Alone. That's my Thanksgiving, that's my Christmas tree tradition.
See, ours is we do finger foods, we drink champagne, and we watch Mickey's Christmas.
The animated one?
Wow. Yep, the animated one.
Animated. You said Mickey. I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah, Disney hasn't made a live action Mickey movie yet.
I don't know how I'm gonna be able to handle this camera view, guys. I know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to charge my computer, so this is the world we live in.
Yeah, it's just.
So you can still hear us fine, right?
I can hear you great. It's just the visuals for me. It's throwing me off.
That is a porn star's robe that his mother has on. There's no way ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I think I know Jeff's answer, but I want Banner's answer. Was this your Christmas where basically your mom was more excited than ever, and your dad was like, "My God, today is going to be traveling, opening up shit, and putting stuff together. I can't wait for this day to be fucking over."
Now,
that was
Banner, real quick before we let you go, because I know Matt and I have shared this all the time. My memories of my dad on Christmas are getting really fucking pissed off that the remote control car he spent $45 on is already breaking.
Yep, work or something.
So I think this year might be the first year that Baby Banner and the mad scientist here are gonna have some qualms at Christmas, if you will, as far as putting it together and if it works or not, just based on what we're thinking about getting her. It's gonna break in 2 days. Who gets a kid a fucking
dirigible? Tell us what
dirigible?
it is. I doubt she listens to the pod.
If she does listen to this and understands it, she'll be 14. But then she'll be like, "Dad, why did you spoil Christmas?"
But you're getting to the point, because I have a theory that being a dad on Christmas is the worst job ever, because your job is basically to put together a bunch of shit that has terrible fucking directions. Now, being a dad is better nowadays because you can just YouTube how to put together anything, but your job all day is to put together shit. That's all you fucking do.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll give you that. The also advantage that we have over past dads is Shiner Cheers a thing.
Yeah.
Even Sam Adams Winter Lager is fantastic.
And
so,
Banner has a nice little work shed in his backyard. You could take a 6-pack out there and build whatever the fuck you need.
But you have a kid that's screaming at you, "Get this put together. I want it to look like the box." And sometimes it takes 40 minutes to put a car together. Or something.
What we actually did, we did last year is on Christmas Eve, me and my wife, which was actually clutch because we ended up like on our deathbed Christmas Day, but it's a story for another day.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That sucked. I didn't even get to see.
Was that her first Christmas?
It was her first Christmas, yeah.
So this is her second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what we would do is we actually put it together Christmas Eve. So like when she woke up, it was ready to be played with.
Smart.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's nothing cooler than walking downstairs and you have like a bike.
I can't take responsibility for that though. That was a Brooke Banner call. She made that call.
Like the Bill Belichick of parents. She's
By the
just
way,
3 steps ahead of everyone.
Who's going to tell his brother what actually happens to the Zeppelin? How passive aggressive of the mom to give him the bowling ball but also drop it on his nuts.
I love the dad in this where he's just like so over it and it's like 5 minutes into Christmas.
That's life though, dude.
Okay, here's my thing though. So this Easter Bunny outfit, whatever, it looks ridiculous. But if it's 12 degrees outside, like we have to imagine it is, does that not look like the warmest thing you're ever going to wear?
Yeah,
but why did he get it for Christmas?
Because his aunt's basically weird.
So it's a crazy aunt gift. That's
different.
I forgot that part.
I love that where he's thinking of his friends like, I hope Flick will never like walk by and spot it. It'd make my life at Warren G. Harding Middle School a fucking bearable hell.
Can I make maybe controversial statement isn't the right word? Dumb and Dumber co-opted a lot of the gags from this because his body language wearing the bunny outfit is very similar to Lloyd when they go try on the tuxedos. And he like is really fucking like bummed out when he wears one he doesn't like, you know? And they already took the frost gag on the pole.
This is what Christmas morning really looks like. There's just shit everywhere.
It looks like Vietnam, basically.
See, my problem Christmas morning, though, was all my family lived close, so I'd open up my best gift, obviously, from Santa, which Santa got me. But I would want to play it, but now my mom's like, okay, now we got to get you in the bath and get you ready because we got to go to your mom's side, then we got to go to your dad's side, then you can come home and play Sega. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I just want to play Sega all day. I don't want to go see my family.
Banner, let me say this. This is you in like 10 years. No one will be able to pull off the robe over pajamas, classy look with a whiskey or brandy in his hand better than you. No,
he won't have a shirt.
He'll have a robe, but maybe no shirt on.
He won't have a
Probably no pants. Let's be honest with ourselves.
You're like, I have the robe on. And
I'm actually
like, I can see your balls.
Here, I have a love-hate relationship with robes. I love robes. I will never wear a robe. I have like 3 of them.
This is my favorite scene. Whenever he's like, did you get everything you want? He's like, not really. And he's like, well, that's life. He's like, what's that behind the desk? Like, I would do this if I was dad. I would not tell my wife. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Because we're all boys on this podcast. And you know, there's sometimes as a man, you got to call an audible over the woman. You just got to be like, you know what? I'm going to get him the fucking BB gun.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like sex, it's definitely a good move.
Well, they sleep in separate beds. I mean, he's already...
Here's the advantage. Here's the advantage of having 2 beds. If you go to get in her bed, or if she comes to get in your bed, you know it's on, right?
Yep.
Like there's no question. If you got to get her bed and she lets you in, you know it's on. If she says no, not tonight, you still got your nice warm bed by yourself.
And you can masturbate in it without waking her up.
Exactly. Well, depending on how good your mattress is, it might squeak.
That's true.
So this isn't a fun fact. I just always thought this, but I can't find anything to back this up. But I wish there was a deleted scene where the dad would come home, pissed off at work, hating his life, and just drives by that town square. He's like, you know what? My son's going to have a good Christmas. I'm going to buy him that fucking BB gun.
Yeah.
And just buy a 6-pack and then fucking get the BB gun. And then he wraps it in the garage and doesn't tell the mom. Like that.
You can totally salvage it if you just tell the mom, I told him it's from both of us.
Well, here,
way,
I think...
Bad... Sorry, Banner.
I was just going to say, I think that the perfect way to put this in is having a flashback scene of him explaining to his wife, like, how he came about buying it and why he bought it and why, like, him trying to convince her why he didn't tell her. I think that'd be hilarious.
This is the part, and I get they have to do this for the movie, but I don't get, like, if they think it's so dangerous, why are they not outside there with him making sure he's shooting it correctly or not, shooting it?
Well, he's got to learn some stuff on his own, you know?
Does that turkey not look fucking delicious right now?
Delicious.
It's not as good as
God.
Nate Thurman's smoked turkey. Oven turkey
Oh.
doesn't hold a candle to smoked turkey.
No, smoked turkey is 1,000 times
Thurman
better.
cooked that, I think, for like 13 hours.
Honestly, if we wanted to make money, we should have just Thurman's smoked turkey and we could sell it on Amazon.
I've been telling him legitimately, because he's probably the best cook that I know. He should start a cooking podcast called the Bro Fork Squad.
God, he should with Nate Thurman. And we could be guests on there, just basically hoping not to fuck it up.
No, Jeff, it could be just like in college. Remember in college when you, Nate, and Jake would just make me a sandwich every night, and I would judge which one was better?
Yep. Really, you just decided who put the most onions on your sandwich. Banner has this unhealthy infatuation with onions.
I do like
Sounds
onions.
like a Banner had the best job ever. You just got to eat sandwiches.
I basically would walk in every night, and there'd be 3 sandwiches waiting for me, and I would just eat all of them and judge them.
And in college, to not have to pay money for 3 sandwiches is like...
Oh, it was the best. I was living my best life.
Is this what Nelly got the Band-Aid under the eye idea
probably.
from? That's such a good movie trope. Doesn't Michelle Pfeiffer do that in Batman Returns, where she steps on her glasses
she
in the
looks
snow?
at it, yeah.
It happens a lot, actually.
Because back in the day, man, glasses probably weren't cheap.
No, dude.
Think.
Glasses aren't cheap even today.
No. I don't know. I go to LensCrafters sometimes, and they have like a buy one, get one free deal.
Yeah, but still, your buy one is like
Yeah, but they up the price to
The-
one.
the thing
They're
that
getting
sucks-
their money.
The thing
trust
that
me.
sucks is I wear contacts. The only time I wear glasses is like not around anybody. So
if my contacts are fucked up, or like I ran out of contacts, the only time I wear my glasses. Jeff, I don't think you even knew I had glasses until like December, and we had lived together for 4 months.
Yeah, I was really unaware. I was like, what is that, like part of a costume?
I have some Clark Kent glasses.
Like they were part of a costume?
No, they just look like glasses that Clark Kent would wear.
Gotcha.
Look at the dad.
You know, nothing is all right when someone says it's all right.
Frankenstein mask behind him. That's cool.
It's a little homage. This thing's almost over, guys.
We're getting close.
But if this was okay, like on Christmas Day, you had to go somewhere, right? You had to go one on the side of the family? Because I did. Christmas Day was a race.
Unfortunately, I didn't live near really any of my other relatives.
So you just had Christmas Day?
Yeah, we
See,
did.
I think
didn't
that
either.
would be kind of nice, actually.
Yeah, we didn't either. We, for the most part, lived away. Like, we would either be traveling and like staying with family on Christmas Day, or nobody would come over on Christmas Day. And when nobody came over, honestly, it was kind of by like 2:00 in the afternoon. You're like, okay, I've played with all my toys. Like, you kind of have this like lull before like the big Christmas dinner
like
came
a
in.
4:00 depression that comes.
Yeah,
in.
like
right before dinner.
You're like, it's over.
Yeah.
See, what
But
was
then dinner
weird-
comes around and dinner fucked every year.
Sure.
I lived around all my family, so as a kid, I was like, man, I want to play with my best toy. But as I got older, I'm like, okay, cool. We just opened up our toys, but it wasn't about getting toys. I'm like, man, I get to go one side of the family and the other side of the family. So Christmas, I didn't get the lull until probably 2 days
No, you
after.
were moving the whole time.
Yeah, I was moving the whole time. And then once I got home, it was probably like 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I played with my favorite toy that I didn't even get to play. I remember the one year I got the first PlayStation. And my dad spent forever hooking it up. And he's like, I don't think... And the PlayStation was hooked up right, but he didn't like the way the TV looked, so he kept fucking with the thing. But me and my dad playing Raiders vs. Broncos, the first PlayStation game, was just so cool.
NFL Game Day or whatever, 98.
Yeah, it was like...
With Jerome Bettis on the
yeah.
cover.
And it was... I'll never forget that, because when you have dads that are like, man, this is a cool ass game, and then you kind of teach them, and then they're always like, you're not teaching me the right buttons. That's why you're up 21-0.
Like, what, Dad?
Like,
come on. No.
No, throw it to your third best receiver the whole time.
Exactly. He's in the slot. It's easy to get him the ball.
I'm playing zone anyway.
Because back in
that crossing right
back
is
in
there.
'98, that wasn't smart to throw it to the slot all the fucking time.
Why would I throw it to the 5'9" white guy? So, not to, bring this up because it is sad, but we have a bit of a theme going right now on the Bro Force Squad in terms of turkeys getting desecrated on our commentaries. Geiger and I just did Rocky, which dropped on the 25th of November. Yeah. And now this one gets ruined. Although ending up at a Chinese place on Christmas night, not the worst thing in the world, man.
And Bowling? So are they eating Chinese food while they bowl?
That sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
to me.
like that sounds like a win-win to me.
Okay, Banner, I want to start something because you did the motor vehicles thing, which is very important. I want to start something else. And I really mean this because so people are open on Christmas because they look at sales reports from the previous year and say this wasn't our lowest sales, day. So I challenge everyone here, don't go anywhere on Christmas.
Yeah, don't make those people
Don't
work.
go anywhere because even gas stations, people don't need to work because everything's electronic now. So if you don't go to a restaurant on Christmas Day and you cook in, those people, the business will be like, you know what? That's not worth the money we're paying these people per hour, and they'll get to go home. I always try to do that, man, on
That's
holidays.
really good.
Any
I
holiday,
always try to do that.
Eat in on holidays. That's your
Yeah.
memo.
I always feel bad for people like at retail or like a drugstore where someone comes in and goes, "Oh, it sucks. You have to work today." And the
You know
people
what the worst is?
Yeah, it's because you're fucking here.
Yeah, it's because you're here, and the higher ups that are at home right now with their family are going to look at this report and say, actually, that was a good sales day for us. We need that to make my quota so I can buy new booze for my skank hooker wife. So
You know
don't
what's
fucking
bullshit?
go, guys. Don't go.
No, it's bullshit. I know this is a Christmas movie, but it's Thanksgiving. Don't make people work Thanksgiving. Black Friday is supposed to be on Friday, not Thursday night.
Yes.
That shit
And also,
pisses me
I'd
off.
say we need to be like 1 year away from Black Friday exclusively being on the internet.
Black Friday should open at like 6 or 7 a.m. or something like that. It shouldn't open at like not 8 o'clock on Thanksgiving, man. We're getting away from
we
caring
don't
about
need to
people.
be fucking camping out for 4 days.
Yeah. And a person that, is dragged away from their family on Thanksgiving early, I mean, they're not going to be in the best mood, and you're going to be treating them like shit because you want to get some fucking toy for somebody. Just wait till the next day.
Kid's not going to appreciate it anyway.
This is a great directed scene too, man. This is why I love putting up the tree, because I turn on the lights, the Christmas tree lights. I turn off my lights. I drink Shiner Cheer, and I watch a Christmas movie, and it's so relaxing.
It's basically what we're doing right now. Banner, I got the garland set up in front of the TV. You should see the podcast room. I got the same setup there.
Just watching it snow.
I need some colored lights on my tree, though. Fuck.
Do you say collared?
Colored. Like them? Like on his tree?
Jesus.
Like a red and a green and a blue. I mean, I don't see color, as you know from the podcast.
I'll just say that there's always a Christmas lull that you just think, well, my life's over now. This sucks, and I can't ask for anything anymore.
Good, it's true. Again, who's going to tell his brother what happens to the Zeppelin? It's got to be pretty soon after he bought this toy.
He's a kid. Just let him
Right?
have it.
Is there a new model next year that's on fire and crashing to the ground and everyone
He's
dies?
a big Led Zeppelin fan, a band that hasn't even come out in 30 years.
Yeah, but their name is fucking cool. I miss the pajamas. It's kind of counterintuitive.
Like he was sleeping with a rifle. I guarantee this is a poster in the NRA somewhere. He's just sleeping with a rifle.
As he should be.
Were you talking about the pajamas, Jeff?
Well, I was going to say it's a bit counterintuitive to have pajamas you have to button up because inherently that's going to be more uncomfortable, but it's still classy.
Also,
that's
put
my
the Christmas
thing.
tree by your fucking window. I mean, come on. That's day one stuff, right?
All right, Banner, before you do the closing, let me just say this because a real man can do this. That movie was way better than I remember it.
It's a fucking great movie.
See,
So-
I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't think it was a fucking great movie, but it's very enjoyable. I think it's more of a whether it's good or not, you have to watch it Christmas.
It's behind Home Alone and Christmas Vacation. We can have the
That's
this
fine.
or Elf debate.
That's
I'll
fine.
have
I would argue Santa Claus is in this debate as well.
The
Check out
first
that movie
Santa Claus
commentary.
is fantastic.
The first
Calvin.
Santa Claus. No, I'm not talking about the other two bullshit ones.
We're talking about if the Stones, the Beatles, or Zeppelin are better. Who cares? They all produce different styles of music, and they're all perfect. This is a great movie. As a 90s kid, as we're all 90s kids, I will always say that Home Alone's probably my favorite, just because, and Christmas Vacation is too, just because I'm older now and it's actually funny.
Yeah, you get the joke.
Yeah,
I
you
would
could
say
at least
Home
relate.
Alone and
Yeah.
Santa Claus are top. And then as I got older, Christmas Vacation got better and better. And then
Yeah.
I think this one is fourth on that list just because it is Christmas. I've literally watched this every Christmas since I've been alive.
Christmas Vacation, I think, is better now that we're adults and we're realistic, that we think everything's going to be perfect around Christmas, but there's so much shit that fucking goes wrong. So it's more relatable. But this is just such a good heart. It gets me in the Christmas mood for sure. This movie does. This, Home Alone, and Christmas Vacation are on my Mount Rushmore. Elf, I just can't do it too much. It just wears on me.
This might have bumped itself ahead of Elf after, but again, maybe recency bias.
Maybe we need to do a commentary on Elf just to make sure that
I'd
we're
do
good.
that. I enjoy Elf.
For sure.
All right. Guys, any last thoughts? Get them all out there?
We just said them.
Yeah, I think I kind of jumped the gun there. Merry Christmas, everybody, from the Broforce Squad.
Merry Christmas.
And if you're Jewish, Happy Hanukkah. And who celebrates Kwanzaa?
If you're ISIS, I think. Yeah, ISIS?
Oh.
If you're ISIS,
Well,
happy holidays?
I don't know. We are the Broforce Squad podcast.
I don't know.
You guys can check us out on our website, www.broforcesquad.com. Follow us on Twitter @Broforcesquad. We're on Facebook, but we don't check it. Jeff does that letterbox thing, so any movie he watches, he talks to you on there. For the mayor himself and the Enforcing the Paint, I'm the Mad Scientist. We will catch you guys next December. Well, we'll probably catch you before that. But as far as the Christmas movie goes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We will catch you next time.
Don't go anywhere on Christmas or Thanksgiving. Seriously, guys, let's stop the man.
Don't be
stop
an
it.
asshole, yeah. His undercover brother said, stop the man. Yeah, Christmas Story 2 popped up here. I can't believe they fucking made that, and it's in the summer.
That's terrible. I don't know if it's the same kid supposed to be or something. I can't remember. I watched it once. I'm like, this is
It's
unwatchable.
fucking horrible is what it is.
That was
sounds like-
really different. It's
That
kinda
was
cool.
it was very different, but